our duty and responsibility. Every Kenyan, this country does not belong to Raila. It does not belong to Uhuru. It does not belong to those 5 warlords. It does not belong to those people in Parliament and Senate. And I want to tell you a simple thing which happened recently. There was a gathering, there was an event that actually were raising funds for somebody who was sick. I happened to be there. And this is from Mandela, every political leader from Mandela was there. The governor spoke, the senator spoke, and the one more MP spoke, all in favor of BBI. If you look at the BBI, the first losers will be the minorities. First losers. Because the 1 shilling, 1 vote, 1 person, Mandela for the lowest population. They will be the losers. They will get a third of what they're getting at the moment. Can you imagine the governor, who is going to be the custodian of the revenue which is going to be given to them, accepting his own revenue to be cut down? Doesn't that raise the question? The same thing for the other ones. Why are they doing that? They are thieves. They are thugs. They have dipped their fingers into the pot. They have stolen public funds. They can't open their mouths to speak against anything when it actually does. And then without the event, 2 of the MPs came to me and whispered something to me. They told me we're with you 100%. We can't dare to open our mouths. Please go ahead and do what you're doing.
Good people, unless you organize and recognize that your freedom, this is not a state you are going to make demand that we want our health care. This is a state which is going to lock you up. You haven't gone through that. You will be locked up. Okay, so those are the stakes. You're asking for alliances. You will be killed. Yeah? That's the state of play. So, we're telling you, when we mobilize you, go to your county, tell your MCAs, reject this thing or else. It's not that difficult.
I have not seen an army of Kenyans who have decided on their own, for the sake of their children and those not yet born, to take to the streets to say enough is enough. I stand here as an ordinary Kenyan who could be minding her own business somewhere else. We are all very used to minding our own business. We are all very used to taking a back seat and waiting to see who will stand up and fight for us. I often say, and you'll see me say, switch off KPLC. We cannot afford electricity. We cannot afford water. We cannot afford health care. A mother gave birth at the gates of Pumwani maternity not too long ago. And we are watching our leaders in their profligacy spend money, spend billions of shillings, that if you put 1,000 shillings in the hands of every woman today, she would know what to do. You drive up and down the streets of Nairobi and you see Mama Fua sitting there, they are waiting, they are looking for work. The pandemic has hit us hard. We are poor. Tell me if there's a single person in this room right now who isn't worried about a bill somewhere. School fees, rent, a loan, an aging parent. Think of all our sisters and brothers in the diaspora who are sending money faithfully to try and keep us afloat, while 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people continue to plunder this economy into the ground. Kenyans, we are fighting for this. We are fighting for this cabbage. We are fighting for food security. We are fighting for our economic and social rights as articulated in Article 43. We are saying that nobody should have to go to bed hungry, that no child should miss school. Kwa Kenya wenzangu, when we stand here, we say, please, it is time to stop sitting in the back, to stop thinking that somebody else is going to fight for the implementation of the Constitution.
It is time to remember, and as we remember, we must rise up to Linda Katiba. We must rise up to safeguard women's gains in the Constitution 2010. Nothing else will do. If we don't do this, then it is shame on us. It is we who are going to be fooled. No President Uhuru must retire. That should now be his legacy. His legacy is to leave Kenya in peace and retire. Leave our constitution intact. We reject BBI, we reject any notion of a referendum, and we demand that Katiba 2010 be tekelezwe.
Our constitution seeks to remove the parasitic model of politics, where the politicians and the top cream of the civil service live off our sweat. In spite of their hefty salaries and allowances, they also abuse state resources for their own benefit. That's why at Sagana State Lodge, leaders could be called to be given handouts when our health workers are still on the streets demanding for their salaries and emoluments and demanding to be facilitated, enabled to give us quality health care. That is why money can be dished to elected leaders when our children are learning under trees. This is abuse of state power and a great demonstration of the parasitic model. It is time we implemented our constitution faithfully so that the tenant on State House Avenue, on that house on the hill, pays rent for staying in that house on the hill, much the way the American president pays rent to be in White House. After all, you have a salary. You should not be a parasite on our backs. The same for every job state. We do not need a parasitic model, and our constitution